I want to just talk just for a second about New York values, because it's become a big subject. And I wrote a few things down, but it's just one of those things. I said, I talked tonight about New York values that we all, many of us, that we all know so well. The values that make us love this state, which has been a symbol of American strength throughout the world. No matter where you go, they love New York. You can be from lots of other places, and if you want to see somebody, you just say, when are you coming to New York? They always come. Everybody comes to New York eventually. There's nothing like it. So when we talk about values, what do we see in New York values? We see our really, really incredible, when you look at September 11th especially, New York police and New York firefighters. Incredible. We see our unbelievable, and they keep those trains going and those buses and everything else, but we see our transit workers, and what they went through on September 11th was incredible. We see families playing in Central Park. Thousands and thousands of families with their children. Some without children. Some together. Some not together. But we see people in Central Park and people playing in Central Park. We see restaurant workers all over the city, in delis, and factory workers in upstate New York. Unfortunately, I've spent a lot of time in upstate New York, and those factory workers are rapidly leaving our state. And we can't let that happen. And we have a whole fabric of our community. So what are New York values? Because, people are disputing. I'm not disputing, and the New Yorkers aren't disputing. And most people that know New York and have watched what we've done, when you look at what happened with September 11th, the job that this city has done and the people of this city have done is beyond what anyone's ever seen. And you say, what are New York values? Number one, honesty and straight talking. Honesty, you better believe it. It's a work ethic. Hard-working people. It's about family. New York, believe it, is about family. So important. It's the energy to get things done. Big energy. If Jeb Bush came here, I'm telling you, he'd have much more energy than he has right now. Tell him. He should move to New York, right? We're builders. We make things happen. It's so important. We make things happen. And it's courage and community service, because there's tremendous community service. New York values were on display for all to see in the aftermath of 9/11, a strike at the heart of our city and our nation. In our darkest moments, as a city, we showed the world the very, very best in terms of bravery and heart and soul that we have in America. The firefighters and first responders and the police officers and the Port Authority workers who ran up those stairs, those are New York values, and those are New Yorker values. I'm not sure, is she serious or what? Father Michael Judge, chaplain to the New York City Fire Department, who died, and an amazing guy who I knew a little bit, who a lot of people knew very well, who Rudy Giuliani really knew very well. But you look at Father Judge, and I'll tell you what, that was some guy, and he ran up there to pray, and he knew what was going to happen, and he died. And he died praying and taking care of people, and he was an amazing guy. The people in the towers who helped rescue each other, those are those of New York values. The restaurants and local businesses who kept their shops open to help everybody during this incredible time, those are New York values. Everyone who helped clear the rubble and the rescue, the injured, those are New York values. Every small act of kindness, every great act of courage, of which there were so many. There's never been anything like this. This was the greatest attack and the worst and most horrific attack in the history of our country. Far greater than Pearl Harbor, because the attack was on civilians. It wasn't on the military. It was on civilians. But those are New York values. And these are the values that we need to make America great again. We need these values to bring America together again and to heal America's wounds again. So I just want to tell you that I am so proud to be with you tonight. I am so proud to be discussing all sorts of topics, but most importantly, New York values. Because no matter where you go, anywhere in the world, they talk in the most positive tones about what all of us have done. So